AutoGPT is here and it is fully autonomous. Think of ChatGPT, except it can self-prompt itself and do multiple things at once without you having to go in and individually typing every single sentence or question. Well, let's deep dive into AutoGPT. So right now it is actually developed by this guy, goes by the code name Gravitas. And this is the GitHub, and currently these are the how to get started. And we're just gonna look at the examples that you can do with AutoGPT. And let me just prepare you, this stuff is insane. So this is their demo, which we'll go ahead and start off with. And this is a fairly basic example of some of the things people have created so far. However, wait till the end, because some of the things I've seen people create with this are literally life-changing, and it's only going to get better from here. So this is the current demo that they showcase, and this is only about like a month old. And in short, the goal of it is to create recipes, and you'll see that in just a second. But right now what it's doing, it's calling itself Chef GPT, and it says enter up to 5 goals. And basically the Chef GPT, it's an AI designed to browse the web and discover new and upcoming unique recipes that would make sense for it. So here you can see these are the 4 goals they showcase. Only looks like 3 right now. Invent original and out of the box recipe to suit a current event, and that's such as Easter. Save the results to a file and then shut down upon achieving your goal. So now you can see here, if you've never used coding before or you've never done any sort of programming, this is essentially showcasing it, and these are step-by-steps right now. So it's going through, it's showcasing the system, the thoughts it's going through, what exactly the steps are happening. So for example, it's browsing the web, and you can see it's searching up events right now, and then as you can see, it showcases links and articles to these specific things, and you can see is April at the current event right now of 2023. And basically once it finishes up here, you'll see the results. And this, again, this is just a very basic example, but the ones I'm going to show you afterwards make this look significantly more impressive. So here it's continuing, and let's go ahead and actually go see, and we're almost towards the end. But basically you can see here this agent has created this response, and let's just pause it and look at what happened. So basically it has this full-on recipe, which is the goal of doing this, and it says Earth Day quinoa salad. So it bases off of some sort of current event. And again, this was all autonomous. You didn't see him go in manually typing in, hey, let me see what days today, what recipes look up. It just did it automatically. So now let's go and see some more examples on why this is so crazy. So here's one post from Rahul, who used AutoGPT, and in short, he looks up product research for headphones and tries to figure out the best solution. So let's actually make this large so you can see exactly what's happening. Now obviously the quality of this screen recording isn't the greatest, but if you can see through the blur now, it looks like much better now. Basically, this stuff, if you've ever done e-commerce, you know how difficult this is. You have to look up products, find one that is viable to even source, and then next thing you know it, contact suppliers, etc. And in general though, look at this. You can see the results here, and basically I'll just pause it right now. It lists the name of the headphones, the price, the pros and the cons, and this is all automatic from just typing in that simple prompt that they wanted. So think about this. This is just one example, but any scenario in life, you could write something. And again, this is still, you know, a new thing, AutoGPT. There's obviously some bugs and stuff that it's not capable of doing. However, this is what people are talking about in terms of ChatGPT 5 being able to do everything you needed to do just by asking it one simple thing. So let's actually look at some more examples to showcase really what is the power of this. And this is something to think about in the next few months, because once this becomes more powerful, other companies start to implement this, it's going to be game changing. So here's another example. And again, if you don't use code, then this is hard to really relate to. However, if you understand programming, let me make it simple. Basically, this guy was trying to build an app, and there's a thing called node which you need to use in order to create, usually typically enclose back-end systems into your application. So basically imagine you wanted to code an app and you don't even know what coding is, you don't have a code editor, you don't have anything installed, and it just goes ahead and does it for you. And based off this, just from literally it googled how to install Node on Google first off, found Stack Overflow, which is essentially a website programmers use to find information for any question they're stuck on, so basically the debugging code, and then it did it. So just imagine, for example, you wanted to, I don't know, download a video game, and then you're like, hey, I want to play this game and I want to become very good at it. And then it's like, okay, first off, it's going to look on Google, download the game, create an account, all this stuff that literally could take you a couple minutes. Just imagine how easy this is once this starts becoming more advanced. For example, let's say you want to create let's say a YouTube account, YouTube channel, and you don't have a YouTube account, and you don't even have a Gmail or an email to create a YouTube account. What if it were to go log in, create an email, log in to YouTube, sign up, add a profile picture, add a whatever you need to add, and then make your whatever video you uploaded, it uploads for you. Think about this. This is just starting, these are thoughts I'm sharing, but I can see this happening in the next few months, if not years, how advanced AI is going to become, to where you can literally have it become your personal assistant and do all these little tiny tasks that you might not notice are a big deal for you. That's just one example, but I'm sure if you have different industries, different niches, you could think of how insane this could be. So here is another example on how amazing this potentially can become. And this, again, this is just some examples right now. But basically this person used it to read about recent events and have podcasts outlined. So basically all-in-one podcast example, has 5 searches, 15 web browsers, and AutoGPT, their agent, prepares 5 topics to present on recent news with accurate references. So here you can see the visual. We don't have to really play that right now, but think about how anything you do right now today, you could have it automatically automated for you, as long as it's something that can fit within the criteria that AutoGPT, for example, can do. So think of the next generation of these AI softwares, ChatGPT 5, for example, Microsoft being whatever version they create, whatever powerful AI, whoever comes up with something next. Just imagine how different life's going to be if you can have one little sentence you type in, how to make money online with $100, for example. Then it goes in, researches the entire internet, does all the boring, very complicated stuff that typically, if you don't know anything about online space, then you probably won't even know what to type in the first place. And it does it for you, gives you exact blueprint. That's one method. Another method is saving you so much time for whatever, researching data, typing blog posts, anything like this. For example, podcasts. Imagine you want to make a video or write an email to your professor or to a colleague in business, and you don't want to sit there and think, for 30 minutes. You just say, hey, write me an email, and boom, done. Next thing you know it, click on here, send an email to X amount of people. And imagine just the automation that this will literally change everything when it comes to business, personal life, that I don't think people understand how incredible this technology is becoming. And this is just the start. And again, this is just some guy developed this little AutoGPT thing, happened to go trending, and now it's supposedly doing pretty well. Now, going back to their GitHub, just note that this again isn't something that the normal person can just go in and type in on like ChatGPT, for example. You do need to have some programming background, or at least know the basics on how to install it and run it on your computer. And if you do know Python, then it might be easier for you. But basically, this is the step-by-steps on how to install everything, clone your GitHub, CD AutoGPT. Basically, this stuff, if you already coded before, you already know this. But if you have no idea what coding is, then maybe you could watch some tutorials. But ideally, it's significantly easier if you understand programming to get started. So that is just a barrier, is you do need to know some basics of programming to run this program. But either way, if you don't, you could also hire somebody to set it up for you as well, which is something common pretty much people can do. But basically, this is the general overview of AutoGPT, some thoughts, and I thought it's really amazing product so far. So if you do use it, let me know what you have discovered with this and share thoughts on the potential future of AI.